So good, so good, so good.
New markdowns up to 70% off are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. Stock up and save big on shoes, tops, dresses, accessories, and more must-haves for summer. Join the Nordy Club to unlock exclusive discounts, shop new arrivals first, and more. Plus, buy online and pick up at your favorite Rack store for free. Great brands, great prices. That's why you Rack.
This episode is brought to you by Fox One. Watch all 104 matches of the FIFA World Cup live in 4K for just $19.99 a month, with 3 days free. Build your own multi-view, choose up to 3 streams, and follow player spotlights. Stay on top of every moment with live stats, highlights, and instant replays. The FIFA World Cup, streaming live on Fox One. Offers are subject to change. See fox.com for complete terms and conditions.
Ladies and gentlemen, Golfweek Amateur Tour proudly presents Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast, talking about all things Golfweek Amateur Tour, including interviews with tour directors, players, and course professionals. Now here are your hosts, Tim Newman and El Paso Las Cruces Tour Director, Chris Rocha.
Tim, we're here another episode. Your favorite week of golf, U.S. Open.
Yeah.
How you been, man?
I've been good.
With the grandkids.
Yeah, so I've been back for almost a week, and I'm still tired. I've got one of the things that the oldest likes to do. She likes to have sleepovers. Okay. And so a sleepover means she gets to sleep and Jen and I don't. So I was there for almost 2 weeks, maybe got 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night. So I'm just getting back to my normal level of exhaustion. And
Bless your heart.
I know, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. I enjoy those times, and we've got so the youngest one's due with our 4th grandchild here in just a couple weeks, probably 3 or 4 weeks, and we'll go and we'll spend a week there, and then we'll come back here to Hilton Head, and we'll have the 2 oldest grandkids for 3 weeks. So I'm going to get a month with them here.
Again, bless your heart.
See. But it's awesome. But here, who am I kidding? Even there, it's fun. I mean, but here we'll take them to the beach, take them to the pool.
Right. Ice cream.
Donuts, ice cream, candy. You know how it is.
Well, that's good, man. So, like I mentioned, it's U.S. Open week, your favorite tournament of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got?
I'm not sure yet, but I sent you that article the other day, yesterday or the day before, whatever it was. You couldn't open it, but just for people who don't know, the U.S. Open is is not only my favorite, it is the best tournament of the year by far. It's our national championship. It's an open, so anybody that can qualify can win. You don't have to be a professional. And one the story I sent you was about a college freshman. I think he goes to University of Tennessee. He qualified. He's a freshman, qualified for the U.S. Open. He was in a playoff. I believe it was in a playoff, and he had no idea that the tournament was next week.
It's because he's the Masters is his favorite tournament. That's why.
No, I'm going with he was so locked in, just trying to qualify. He wasn't even looking forward to the arrangements that have to be made, the travel plans. Where you're going to sleep, where you're going to eat, how you're going to get to and from.
Right.
Because it's I don't know if you've ever been up that way, but Shinnecock Hills on Long Island, there's at least around there. there's not a lot. And there's not a lot of, at least last time I was up there, there's not a lot of hotels. There's not a lot of anything. It's it's a high-end place up there, but it's not like you've got Marriott's or Hilton's all over the place.
Right.
So
we'll see what happens. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, we'll talk about the U.S. Open here in a little bit.
Yes, we will.
And you also, let me before you start. You also had a hole-in-one on your tour, didn't you?
We did
recently. Yeah, all right. So we're going to talk about that too. Yeah, we'll talk about that too. But go ahead.
No, for sure. But for our guest for today, for this episode, they always do a lot of fundraising for the V Foundation. They're always usually up top, one or two. But this year, for their annual auction that they do, that we're opening up to the national level. So let's bring them in. They can definitely let us know what's going on, talk about it. We got Gabe Garcia and his assistant Jordan. Tim's done this before. Let's give him some time.
There we go.
He's new.
There and I'm not even going to blame it on the new setup they've got here. It's so much better, but it is new. And what are you going to do? So Jordan, we had you on a couple weeks ago, and it's a new setup since then. I don't know if you can tell. Oh, that's right. You need a new you need a new computer. So we'll block you out.
Yeah.
I can still see the change. This is it's definitely new, definitely different.
Good.
It's gonna be one of those episodes, I think.
I think so.
Well, you see Chris starting it already. You
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, Jordan, when you were on a couple weeks ago, I mean, you were barely in the room, and he started, busting on you. I was like, geez,
wait.
At least let him get his face on here for a second. Let people see him first.
Hey, man. You got to pick on your little brothers when you can.
Oh, man.
Oh,
All right.
it's on.
So how you been? I know we like Tim said, we talked to Jordan a little while ago, but how you been? How's it going out there in Arizona?
I'm doing good, man. Life's crazy right now. We've got our baby just graduated from high school. She'll be going to college in California out at Whittier College. And our second oldest will be 20. I lost track. ISIS will be moving to Washington State in January. So we'll be empty nesting here in the next, handful of months. And I was talking with Tim that, on the surface, it seems like 4, 5, 6 months is a while, but man, it goes so fast. So going 100 miles an hour and just trying to get everything situated and done. Things are great, though. Can't complain at all. We're in a good place.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, even once they leave, Gabe, they don't really leave.
No, we know that as well.
Okay, it's
Good. Jordan's sitting on this call, and he's engaged to Jessica, and obviously they're not going anywhere. So we're just not in the house 24/7, is what
exactly. Yeah. But just so you know, by the time you get settled, let's just say you got a weekend. There's no golf. You're going to get a phone call, and you're going to hear, Dad, I need you.
Yeah.
And you're going to say, okay.
Yeah.
I guess you're on your own. You're going to say, okay. And then you're going to jump in the van and drive to either California or Washington.
Yeah. The road trip won't be the problem because I'm used to that, as you guys know. But it's, getting there and solving the issue, that was easily scary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how's the tour?
Tour's going good. We got our first major of the year this year out at Verado Golf Club. And then we follow that up 3 weeks later with our second major, which is a big part of what we're going to be talking about here in the next, little bit with regards to the fundraising and stuff that we're doing. Stuff runs over the next couple of weeks, but the tour's doing good. Membership is steadily increasing and getting where we want it to be. All in all, things are going well with Jordan and Dan on board. It's given me a little bit of time to work on my game, so things are getting better on that respect. So life's good again, like I said.
Our newest shaft lighter here.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, I moved myself up, and
You moved yourself.
I put a putting clinic on my first event as a champ fighter that would have meant a win on my first event in the champ fight, but I'm gonna say something that's gonna hurt a lot of feelings. But 37 putts in a round does not bode well. So long story short, I ended up in a tie for first in my first event and lost it in a playoff. So if I'd had even a decent putting day, I would have won my first event in the champ fight.
Wow.
While that I did that, or while that I had 37 putts, because
Yes. Yes.
All of you.
So I don't know if that's an indictment on you. I don't know if that's an indictment on the other champ players.
No. I mean, I ended up 4 over, solid round at a pretty decent course, a pretty tough course. But yeah, man. I mean, the worst part of it is I went out and played with a couple of guys on Friday, and I couldn't miss on the green. So, it is what it is.
That's what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Jordan, you want to talk about your game?
It's there. It exists. There's some swinging happenings. No, I've been, the body's been feeling better. A lot of people don't know that, a year and a half ago, I think now, I was in a pretty bad car accident. Justin and I were in an accident up in Vegas. We were rear-ended, so I've been dealing with a lot of back issues since then. But lately, it's been good with stretching and exercising. You keep working it, and it's been good to where after a round, I don't have to rush home and lay out an ice pack, or throw on a TENS unit. But it's been good to where I could still move after rounds. I can still do things the days after. So body's feeling good, and hopefully that means the game's going to kind of come back to life a little bit. But short game's great.
Nice. So basically what you're telling us is you need a new golf game and a new computer.
Yes.
All right. I don't know if Chris, did you want to talk about the Tupac event, or you want to go right into the
I mean, I think it'll lead into that. So
Okay.
we can definitely start with the bigger of the two, which is the start of your online auction you're having for the V Foundation. You do this every year. Typically, it's only been within Arizona. I know I'll announce it. I think Vegas announces it as well. But this year we're trying to take it nationally. Right. So you want to go ahead and explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So in the past, obviously we share the online route. We do an online auction through wire to wire golf fundraising, which is one of our Champ Flight members runs the company, and they run the auction house. And essentially what it is for anybody that's interested in running a promotion through these guys, it's super simple. Basically, your job as the host of the auction is really just to send emails. They create all the packages for you. They give you the links. They create the webpage for the auction, all of that good stuff. And you just send out emails to your membership and ask them to share the link and all of that good stuff. Where the opportunity for us as a tour has really jumped here in the last couple of years is we are able to create packages on our own, which means we're going to our home golf courses and we're asking for foursomes, twosomes, stay and play packages and different things like that. The difference in this is that when the auction house creates the packages for us, they run through the sales and all of that good stuff, and then we get a percentage of all of the sales. But with the system that they've created for us and the auctions that we're running for the V Foundation, all the packages that we are able to add to the online listings, we get the full amount of the sale. So instead of sharing the transaction history or the transaction amount, we're getting the full amount minus, processing fees and things like that. So over the last handful of weeks, we've been reaching out to all of the tours around the country, asking them to help us create packages that we can add to the auction house. Anytime that these auctions run, there's packages for all over the country. So even before getting the other tours involved, there's packages in Florida and California and the Carolinas and Chicago areas, Midwest, everywhere, including some international stuff. But the thing that we're pushing right now, from now through probably around the 14th, 15th, so another handful of days, is any packages that we can add, we get the full amount of the sale, which means more for the Golf Week fundraising for the V Foundation. And so that's why we've sent out a few emails, and we're going to be doing a few postings over the next few days, trying to add as many packages as we possibly can.
And when does that go live?
So it goes live on the 19th, Juneteenth, the weekend of, is it the week of Father? Yeah, the weekend leading into Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And so it runs from the 19th through July 5th, or 6th, excuse me, the Monday after the 4th of July. Bidding for, the auctions runs throughout the entire, time that auction is up and running. And so when we get that launched and we get that up and running, we'll be sharing the links and all of that with all of the directors and on the national social media pages so that everybody has access to it. We encourage them to share it with everybody that they can, share it with, because those packages are not just for, our players and our membership, although we'd love to have an outstanding showing from those guys. But anybody that's interested in helping us to raise money for the V Foundation can just go online, click on the links once they become available, and bid at their discretion. And hopefully we can put up a huge number this year.
Yeah, Gabe, I'm sure you will. This auction that you've been doing over the last 4 or 5 years has done really well, and now taking it, growing it to a more national level.
Correct.
I'm expecting really big things.
We're really hoping for big things, and one of the things that we're trying to do this year, that is, there's a lot going on this year that I think all of us know about and all of us feel and have been involved with, to some extent. But obviously, with our national leadership dealing with cancer and the challenges that they're continuing to deal with Jennifer and Dennis. One of the things that we wanted to really do this year, and we were given the opportunity, and we're really grateful for that because we feel like we can have a huge impact with what we're trying to do this year, is on top of the online auction, and we, again, continuing to ask other tours if they can, donate packages to for some stays and plays, from now through the 15th, 16th, to give us time to add them to the auction. The other thing that we're doing is we're asking tours that are holding events from now through July 6th, if they're willing to do a 50-50 raffle, leading into their event, or if they're willing to do a 50-50 CTP contest, or be creative in any way that they want to do some type of fundraising for the V Foundation. And what we're doing is we're asking all of those tours, any packages that they donate, that are added to the auction house, we're keeping track of which tours are sending those packages into us, so that we can give credit to each tour for the amount of money that package raised. This is no longer an Arizona thing. This is a national Golfweek Amateur Tour thing. And the more help that we can get, the better. So any packages that tours donate, whatever those packages sell for, those tours are going to get, credit for the amount that those packages sell for. On top of that, we found a sponsor this year through the Wellington Consulting Group, that the tour that ends up raising the most money in this time frame, we're going to cover an entry fee for one of their members for the national championship and get some recognition for that tour at nationals to kind of celebrate what we're trying to do over the next handful of weeks. But the other thing is, if tours are doing 50-50 raffle CTP contests, Chris and I are working on a head-to-head putting contest that's going to happen at our July 4th and 5th event, that we think is going to bring out a little bit of the Ryder Cup vibe that we have going between the two tours, as you saw with Chris's Bolt, which is on loan, by the way. Well, any way
You said it correctly.
any way that the tours can be creative to raise money between now and July 5th, we're asking them to make direct donations to the V Foundation with the link that the national tour has given us, and then let us know, send us, the information of what the amount of that donation was, so that we're able to accurately give credit for each tour for how much money they raised, but then overall be able to let everybody around the country know how much the tour raised as a group. And realistically, with just, decent participation and membership, we feel like that we can get somewhere in the $20,000 to $25,000 range if we have all of our tours helping out with even if it's not packages, they're helping out with those 50/50 raffles and CDP contests and anything else that they can think of. The whole idea behind this is, with the 4th of July being the 250th year, that's why I've got my 4th of July shirt on right now. We want to celebrate not just the fact that we're raising money for the V Foundation for Cancer Research, but we want to create stories, and Jordan will be talking with you guys a little bit about this. We want to create stories about our veterans that have served in our country, and give them props and recognition. We want to honor those that have survived cancer and tell a little bit about their stories, and then, remember those that we've lost at the same time. So there's a lot going on, and we felt like the 250th anniversary 4th of July weekend, which is when this auction typically ends, was a perfect storm for us to put all of this together to try to really have a huge impact and raise as much money as we possibly can over the next handful of weeks.
Yeah, and Gabe, I'm glad you mentioned what Dennis and Jennifer are going through, and I don't know how much everybody knows, but Jennifer just got out of the hospital. She spent about a week or so in the hospital with some infections, and can't imagine going through all the stuff that she's going through, and not just her, but all the people, our members and people that are close to us that are going through cancer treatments right now, and through this terrible disease, what they actually have to go through. And what you all have done, Gabe, has been nothing short of incredible. So I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for that. We've got a great crew out here, as we've mentioned 100 times before. Chris and his group with the El Paso tour. This major that we do on July 4th and 5th is actually a dual tour event with the El Paso Las Cruces tour. And the support that they've given us to help us do what we've done the last handful of years, we couldn't have done it without them. So it's the thought process is, yeah, we've been able to do some good things, and that's awesome and great and all that. But we saw this as an opportunity to get the entire tour involved, and we really want to make. I feel like it's a great opportunity for Golfweek to have an opportunity to create a separator from what we do compared to what other tours might do, and working as a team to put this number together and see how it ends up could definitely be a huge feather in our hat, and that's what we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, with all the help that the El Paso tour does, is that why you lend them the belt once every other 2-3 years?
Absolutely, yes. Now we want to make sure that they stick around, and so yeah, if we don't let them borrow it once in a while, they're gonna that whole take your toy and go home thing.
Yeah. It's a big token of our appreciation.
So miss putt here, miss putt there, a little wink, and then we're fine.
That's awesome. So Jordan, tell us about the stories angle that you're working on.
Yeah, so we're working with some of our membership, and myself included, that are veterans, all the different branches that just have this experience, not just veterans of the military as well, though, but people without cancer who have close family with cancer as well. But in talking about veterans, kind of their story, their background, and just kind of hearing their stories and putting it out there to the rest of the tour membership. I think with it being, like Gabe mentioned, the 250th anniversary, it's country. I think it's a great opportunity to kind of put some recognition on that, and put a spotlight on those who have served, and those who, even some who are continuing to serve. I think we have an active member right now who's currently serving, and who comes out and plays a lot on a lot of our events. And so all the members who are going to just getting their story out there, getting their story heard, I think it is a great fun.
Yeah. Who is that member?
Isaac Condry.
Yeah.
He's in the Air Force. And I want to sit down with him still. I haven't done it yet, but we've talked about it briefly. Well, hopefully you get more information on him and his service, where he's been, what he's doing, where he's going, But he's one of our members who is currently in the Air Force, and yeah, he's currently serving.
Well, now he's been called out, so he can't keep ducking you. We just got to get it booked.
You brought that name, but kind of the here, so. No.
That's the way we do it. We just call people out, and then they're stuck.
Yeah, exactly. Tim, if I could, what we're asking directors and hopefully our membership that sees this will also reach out to their directors to get involved with this. But what we're asking of directors is to reach out to their membership all over the country and, share stories about those that have served in the military, those that we've lost, to cancer, those that are, that have battled cancer and have come out on the other side as survivors. Every year we make our annual donation in the memory of a couple of guys in particular, but one that stands out for me just because of how close we were is Sean Downs, who was also a military veteran, battled pancreatic cancer for the entire 7 years that I knew him, and just had a positive attitude throughout. But we're going to be sharing sample stories from now through the 19th, starting on the national social media pages about the type of stories that we're looking for. And we want our membership to be able to talk about some of their family members that maybe served in the military or cancer survivors or those that they've lost. Because what we want to do is over the 3 weeks, just over 2 weeks, closer to 3 weeks that we're promoting this event and trying to get it all together, we want to be sharing stories of people from all over the country, all of their experiences. Again, this is no longer kind of a small regional area as we've done it before, but we want to know about the guys that are in the Carolinas and in Indianapolis and Floridas and Louisianas and all over the place. We need those stories because we want to be sharing 2-3 stories a day from now through the end of the auction, right, as a way to keep the auction in the forefront, of course, but at the same time, honor those that we've lost, celebrate those that have survived cancer, celebrate the veterans that we've got that are serving, have served, or continue to serve. So it's not a small project that we're trying to put together, but we're prepared to get those stories and put them together, right, so that we can post them out and celebrate everybody.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about cancer, and there's nobody that I know of that hasn't been touched by this in some way, shape, manner, or form, whether it be a family member, a friend, a close friend. And so these stories are out there, and just thinking about it, we've got Dennis and Jennifer. I've got another very dear friend whose husband is going through a pretty bad, right, and there's some other people, another couple tour members on different tours, and one of the things that I've noticed, and I'm sure you're going to see this when we hear these stories, the people that are going through this, for the most part, they are so positive. They're right, yeah. Like it's. And then you've got people that, broke a nail and it's the worst thing in the world, and really does kind of put things in perspective of where you are in your season of life and how much worse or how much better can it be?
That's Sean. You're describing Sean Downs to a T.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's take a break from the show to hear about Strixon's ZX Mark II irons.
A great iron set needs more than good looks. It's gotta be fast and gotta be pure. But good looks never hurt either. The all-new ZX Mark II irons from Strixon.
If there's anything, obviously, if there's anything I can do, let us know. Do you have any idea what some of these packages are going to be? Some of the really good ones?
I can tell you a lot. I mean, we've got Sequoia Nationals, one of the packages that was donated. Scott Ide out there in Carolina has got that for us. Locally, some of our best courses here in town, we've got packages from Weekapaug, Lookout Mountain, Tubac, which is where Tin Cup was filmed, which is where we do this big major that we do on 4th of July weekend. They're adding a couple of stay and play packages. Chris, I'll let you share a couple of the packages that you've got going on.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing a El Paso package with a couple courses here in El Paso, a Las Cruces package. with the courses from Las Cruces, and then where we won the belt, Turtleback Mountain Golf Resort. We're doing a pretty cool stay and play, 4 rounds of golf. I believe every golfer gets $40 to use in the restaurant, and then they also get there's riverbeds in the area where you can go and just relax in the river, hot water, and just have a good time. They're giving a 4-pack to that as well, and then they do own a couple properties. So if the time that they come and play, if that property is available, then they'll allow them to stay overnight and not have to worry about having to find a hotel or anything. So it's a pretty big package. Hopefully we're able to get that sold and take the lead and the tour with the biggest donation.
The big thing about the packages that I want to point out is, again, as I mentioned earlier, for every package that anyone in the Golfweek Amateur Tour is able to get and add to this, to the auction listings, we get the full amount. But the idea behind that is really simple. We typically get 5, 6, 7, 8 packages from the Arizona area that we include in the auctions every year. And the local guys are using those to play some of the best local courses at a discounted rate. And so even if one of the tours is getting a couple of packages that maybe isn't to the best course in the state or whatever it may be, the local membership, if they're taking advantage of the fact that they can get a package to a course that they enjoy playing at a discounted rate, split the cost with a couple of friends, the full amount of that, I mean, basically everything that they are, the amount that they paid for the package is all going to the V Foundation, and they're getting around the golf for doing that. And that's the thought process behind it. So the more packages, again, I'll keep harping on the same thing. The more packages we get, the more it means for our overall fundraising, on top of the contests and raffles and things that may be going on.
And the reality is, our guys and ladies are going to spend money on golf anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
It's not like they're going to be doing something that they don't do 4 days out of the week anyway.
Right. So log on, and we'll put the link, on the show page once it comes up. But log on and spend some money and that is going to help research and help people beat this disease.
Yeah, and wherever you are, take a look, because regardless of how many packages a particular tour may send in or what have you, there's packages all over the country. So there's a pretty good chance that there's packages that are available that are, involve courses and resorts and different things that are close by. So check them out.
And look, I mean, like Gabe mentioned, if it's a foursome, get you and 3 buddies, split it, figure out how much you all are willing to spend individually, place a bid, and if you win that, like you said, you're gonna go golf there anyways, but now you have a buddy trip that you can plan for.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, me and a few guys got together and won a resort course in California. I think we paid $425 total, and the typical green fee for the time of year that we went was like $175 a head.
Wow.
And so we all got on the course for right around $100, and it was an awesome experience. Yeah, we didn't call you, Chris.
Yeah, I was going to say, I missed a text message or something. Quite tolerant, stand on the Becky.
You were the first alternate, I promise.
I think we won the belt, and so he was still a little bitter about that one.
Well, I had to make myself feel better by not taking you with me.
Oh my.
Well, no, it is seriously though. It's a great opportunity to be able to find places that maybe you've wanted to play and maybe price wise a little out of your range, but bidding starts at a much lower price in a lot of cases than the standard rack rates, and it's a great opportunity to put a guide trip together and go play some golf with your friends.
Yep, exactly, and especially look at it like this as well. I mean, Gabe, you got the Western Players Regional, which you always do a great job of, right? Let's just say somebody were to bid on the Weekopah package, come out here for a week, and you could play.
Yeah,
play there.
We've had guys come out here play Weekopah and Gold Canyon and Lookout Mountain and a couple of different. We've actually had. It's funny that you mentioned that because we had a group come out They won the package for Lookout Mountain and made it a point to play there as a practice round. But it was an opportunity to play another course in a place that they don't normally get to get out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, when we had Jordan on a couple weeks ago, I love your schedule, and I told him, because I don't know if you know this, but Jen and I used to go out to the Phoenix area every June before the kids started going to college, and we would get on the course in the morning and play until it was dark in June.
Yeah.
Because nobody else is out there. It's too daggum hot. But I've played almost all these courses, and I love them. What's the favorite course that you all play on a regular basis?
Dumb question. I said it last time.
See?
For me, there's a few courses that stand out. I love playing Weekapa. There's a lot of risk reward on that course. I'm typically not shy about taking lines that most people wouldn't normally take. But which I guess given that thought process, maybe 2-back should be my favorite course in honor of Tin Cup. But no, I love Weekapa. The course is always in great shape, great condition. And I just love courses that have a lot of risk reward that make you think about what you're going to do, even if you're not going to make the right decision most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. We were out there one year and had a sandstorm come through, and you could see it coming, and we were on 18, and Jen said, "Let's go." I said, "No, we can make it." And we did make it, but I mean, I pulled the golf cart right up next to the car. We jumped in the car, and even still, the sand was just, I mean, it was in the air conditioner. You could taste it. We had to dump it was bad, but yeah. But I finished the hole. I finished all 18. I didn't quit. So we love it out there.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Well,
And
that just means we got to get you out there for the 2-walk tournament.
Oh, see,
You keep threatening to come out for Scottsdale. I'm just saying.
and eventually it's going to happen, but if you keep scheduling Tupac on, like right around the 4th of July, it's never going to happen because now my youngest grandson was born on July 7th, and the youngest is getting ready to be born on July 7th. So there's no wiggle room there, Gabe.
I'm just going to throw this out there, but the reason that the 2-back event is my favorite event is because of the atmosphere, and it's absolutely family friendly, and everybody brings their family out. So, nice try, but if there's ever going to be an event, if there's ever an event where you want to bring the family, it's the 2-back golfers.
But
Other guys on the screen here, everybody's nodding like this because it's absolutely the best place for family to come.
Well, I've got to convince my youngest daughter to let that happen. Apparently, she seems to forget that I raised her, and I understand how to take care of her little kid. We've done it before. I've got a little bit of experience, but that's not the button I'm pushing right now.
No. Yeah, you're
So, but yeah, I would love to get out there, and the Scottsdale tournament, that is going to happen. If it doesn't happen this year, and I really think that the date is the problem this year, because I don't know if you heard on the opening, I'm gonna be with the grandkids for a full month, which is awesome.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna be exhausted.
Yeah.
But Jen, so the last 3 days of that month, I'm gonna have 2 of them by myself. Jen's going away. Yeah, exactly. And so she's gone for 2 weeks. And that so she leaves on the 13th of August and is gone for 2 weeks. So I will have some rest, but then I've got a conference that I've got to go to the on the 31st, and then I would have to leave the conference and fly out to Arizona for that tournament. So
Seems like you got it all worked out.
well, see, I'm working. if it were 10 years ago, Gabe, I would have already bought the tickets. If it were 10 years ago, I would have bought the tickets, right? It'd already be done. You know, but
Well, we'll get you out here.
but we'll see. But it's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to having the kids that long. And I'm looking forward to having a week of peace.
Sort of silence.
Exactly. Well, Jordan, you laugh, but I probably won't leave the rig probably 2 or 3 of those days.
Yeah, no, he won't.
I can understand that.
You know, I'll make sure I've got enough, whatever it is I need, and if I don't have it, I don't need it. And
DoorDash, so
There you go.
you know, so. But I want to talk about a couple other things before we let you guys go, and I appreciate y'all, taking this time with us. I say all the time that U.S. Open is my favorite tournament. It's the best tournament. It's our national championship. It's always played on, the winner's always crowned on Father's Day, and for most people, we got into golf through either our fathers or grandfathers. And that to me is why it's the best tournament. And it's, if you can qualify, you can get in. And if we think about how we were introduced to golf and how we've grown to love it, what are some stories from either you and your dad or you and your grandfathers playing golf that are family friendly enough to share? Because I've got a bunch that I've got a few that I can share. I've got a bunch that I can't share. But it's always, for me, it's always, if I could have anything, it would be one more round. I wish I could have one more round.
Yeah. For me, it's more from the perspective of a father. I have a daughter she's 20 now, Isis, and she started playing golf a few years back. And one of the best memories that I've got, and I don't know that she even knows that I still have this or not, but the weekend of Father's Day, we typically intentionally don't schedule an event the weekend of Father's Day. It's just an intentional thing. But when she first started playing, she played in high school, and but she had started playing a little bit before that. She actually didn't pick up a club until she was probably 14. I think she was in the 8th grade, something like that. Mm-hmm. And she just, hey, I want to try it, and we started doing that. And on Father's Day in 2019, I want to say it was. She's going to kill me because I don't remember ages specifically. But we went to go play. We used to play this par 3 course together when she first started playing. And I'll never forget that it was, I believe, the 7th hole at a little course called Royal Palms. She missed about a 12-foot par putt, which would have been her first official par on course, on an actual course. And she was not happy about it and pretty bent about it, and because she's competitive in everything that she does. Jordan knows her well, and you don't want to be on the wrong side of her competitiveness. And so she's moping over the next tee box, and she's unhappy with herself. And the next hole is a par 3, and she sticks it to about 1.5 feet to make her first birdie. And I still have the, yeah.
That's awesome.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I don't have much for stories on that side, on that end of it. I actually taught myself and learned on my own how to play golf back 2020, and so no one else in my family played golf, but it's cool being around. Since coming one of my really close friends, I'm still a very, very close friend of mine, very good friend of mine, Matt. He played on the tour a lot, and he's the one that brought me on the tour, and so him and I, we go out together, and him bringing me on the tour, kind of, this whole tour became like a family to me too, and quite literally, in a sense. So I mean, that's kind of all my golf stories around that. So they kind of surround everyone here, and everyone, most of the people on this screen right now. So.
Well, Jordan, if you don't mind, in a roundabout sort of way, Jordan actually asked me for permission to ask for Jessica's hand on the golf course. And I remember correctly, I said something along the lines of it depended on how we scored that day. But yeah.
Actually, do the shank the next 3 holes, shank ball into the water.
Way to go. Way to go. Chris, you got one?
I mean, like you mentioned, everybody always wants one more round. My dad would always be the one that he'd let you get real close to beating him, and then he'd just stick it to 2 feet and make the putt, or he'd have a 30-footer, he wouldn't even read it and just go out there and hit it and make it. So he had the putting, I don't, which is crazy. But, as his rounds quickly became less and less, I know me and my brother got closer and closer to beating him, and we actually did, but unfortunately, that'd be one of the last couple rounds. So I think what you said, cherish every round because you always want that one more. Yeah. But every time I teed up on hole 1, it's rounds for him, and the hole 18, it was a good time. So give me all of it here.
Well, it's
He would have been very disappointed in some of the rounds that I've seen, Chris. I'm just saying.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
I say that because I love you, brother. You know that.
I mean, I would tell you this. When I first started playing on Golfweek, I remember my first event, I think it was Underwood, because you used to schedule Underwood, and I don't know why you would, but you did. But anyways, driving him to the first tee, nervous, shaking like a leaf, like nervous as hell. And I called him and I said, hey, what do I do here? Like, I'm nervous. He goes, just tee it up, hit it, and think about your next shot. Don't worry about where it goes. And that was probably the best advice he ever gave me, golf-wise, because I think it calmed the nerves, especially going up there and teeing it up. And, I mean, look, now I'm director of one of the tours, Ryder Cup champ, all that fun stuff. 14th Tin Cup champ. List if you want.
hole 1. You got hole 1?
Hole 1.
You got your third recently.
That's right, your first one.
Yep. And that one got a little emotional too. I had to walk away for that one. So, anyways, Tim, your turn.
Well, so I've got 3 brothers, one older and 2 younger, and my youngest brother is mentally handicapped. And every year on 4th of July weekend, we would go down and visit my dad. My dad's birthday is July 7th. And his mom and dad would always come down. So it would be my grandparents and us. And so the 4 boys, my dad and grandfather would always go to this one golf course. It was, I can't remember the name. It was a dog track. It was hard dirt. Maybe the fairways would have grass. Maybe they wouldn't. But it didn't really matter because it was just this. We played in the sixth. That's how. Nobody really cared. And we let my youngest brother, youngest mentally handicapped brother, we let him drive the golf cart, one of the golf carts. There was a par 3, a downhill, probably 130-yard par 3. When I first started playing, we get up there, and I pull a 3-iron out of my bag. And it goes, it was a downhill par 3, but right directly across the road, level with the tee box was a road and a house. Probably it was probably 200 some yards away. And my dad said, "Are you really going to hit a 3-iron?" I said, "Yeah. Why wouldn't I?" So I hit the 3-iron, probably the first good shot I've ever hit in my life. And it hit that house. But as the family grew, it got to the point where, I didn't have boys. My older brother has a son, and when my oldest daughter, got old enough, she didn't really like golf, didn't want to play. When my youngest daughter got old enough, my dad said, no, this is only for the guys.
Oh.
And then that I had that we had to have a conversation.
Right.
But when my oldest brother's son got to the age and he came, and it was the seven of us, and nothing obviously, but when it was those generations on the golf course, and the pictures that we have and those memories, it's special.
Yeah, for sure.
And so again, then I had the conversation with my dad, and not that it changed the fun or the memories, the dynamics changed when we brought my daughter in. And obviously I would always want her with me anyway, but there's something about fathers and sons and grandfathers and sons playing golf together that is just, to me, that's just something special. And when you think back on it, just like we've said before, just if I could have anything, it'd be just one more round.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So
let's get this fundraising. Let's get this fundraising going and have a great thing and celebrate all those memories.
Exactly. Well, Gabe and Jordan, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Thank you so much for what you're doing with raising money for Jimmy V. If there's anything I can do, please let me know. And once this goes live, we'll get the link up on the podcast site.
Yeah, I'll get all of that link and start sending stuff out through the social media pages so that everybody knows it's coming. Everybody knows what to expect. Yep. And hopefully come June 19th, we just hit the ground running and blow this thing out of the water.
It's going to be awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, take care. Let's take a break from the show to hear about Srixon's ZX Mark II drivers.
ZX Mark II drivers are for major players, major winners, major power. All new ZX Mark II drivers, only from Srixon.
Tim, I mean, you always give me a hard time, but I have to give them a hard time every time I see them. They're little brothers. You have brothers, so you know how it is. But the things that they do over there, fundraising wise, is just extraordinary. Mm-hmm. I think we talk about it every year, but I'm just hoping that what the plans that Gabe had for this auction and these next basically 2 weeks of fundraising becomes one of the biggest things that we can do every year nationwide, and get more tours involved as opposed to just the western states, because there's so many out there that can contribute packages around the world, really, that people can go to, and we just need the help from the other tours. But I think starting it, everything starts slow, and hopefully it just takes a big leap after or during this time.
Yeah, 100% agree, and I'm sure the tours across the country are going to flock to this, but let's just say I think there's 47, 48 tours, different tours. I mean, if they each found two packages, and I'm not even talking about what you and Gabe do, but so the other 45 got two packages each. I mean, you're going to be well over 100. Where they're going to get the full boat, let alone some of the other ones that they get from the company, and so there's a huge opportunity there to not only raise a ton of money, but to even build that camaraderie even more. Like you said, get 4 guys together and do a buddy trip. Yep. Even if you planned it around a regional or another tournament in that local city, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, so you there's so much that can be done and get creative with what you're doing.
Yeah, and I mean, us being able to track where these bids are coming from, which tour they're coming from, and being able to give a national championship paid, that they're able to raffle off and do whatever game they want to do for that. It can't be used for the directors, because we want it to go back to the members,
to
the
players.
guys that are,
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm a player director, but would rather have one of my other guys go than me have a free entry fee to nationals.
Right.
So I can't wait. I'm excited. It's gonna be right during U.S. Open when we start. So during your commercial breaks, you can kind of browse through the catalog, get your guys together, and you have all the way through July 4th to be able to place your bids.
Mm-hmm. So what else? What else you could be doing on, let's say, Saturday at 3:00 during a commercial?
Napping.
You can nap for 30 seconds on a commercial.
Like 5 minutes total.
Oh my God. By the way, how are you adjusting to your new role?
When you roll.
Working from home.
That's great.
Love it.
It's great, but I go after this podcast comes out, I go back to the store the next week. So
Really?
it was fun while it lasted. Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
but it's been great so far.
Well, tell them
And
you
it's
don't go
World
back
Cup
to
time
school.
too, so I get to watch a little bit of World Cup every day. It's a good time.
Are you excited? Are you excited for that?
I get excited for it. I don't watch soccer all the time,
Mhm.
But I do enjoy the World Cup. I think, like we say, these team events. Excuse me. These team events and these countries that come out. It's a whole different soccer game as opposed to
Yeah, it is.
watching MLS or Europe League or whatever. It seems more like there's more passion behind it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I enjoy watching it.
I'll probably watch our guys play and get really angry. Because I don't even want to get into why I get angry about it, but and I'll probably watch the finals.
Yeah,
But
it's fun.
I don't necessarily know that I'm going to sit around and watch. Like there was
Every game.
yeah, I'm not. I mean, Portugal and Canada. Who cares? I'm just saying, right? I mean,
I understand.
I'm not. But if the United States is playing, I'll probably. If the United States is playing, I'll watch. And I will probably watch the finals.
I could do that. I mean, with me, unless it's a major event in golf, which I'll watch all day Sunday. March Madness, especially the first 4 days, I'm watching every game. I mean, I have TV on, computer on with two screens, and my iPad, just watching games. College football, if Texas is playing, I'm watching every game. Other than that, like NFL, I'll watch, if I get a chance, I'll watch the Broncos or the Super Bowl. MLB, I'll watch Game 7 of the World Series, and only that one. NHL, I'll watch the Stanley Cup. NBA, I'll watch the playoffs. Like, so I understand what you're saying. Like, there's some sports where you're going to sit down and watch every game of your favorite team, and then there's some sports where you just like to watch to see who wins.
Right. So, anyway, it was back to Arizona and what they're doing. It was good to have Gabe on. We had Jordan on a couple weeks ago, but it's good to have him back on and talk a little bit about the stories that they're doing, which to me, that's just as important as raising money.
Yes.
For people to hear the stories of these people and what they've done, what they've gone through, and how they've gotten through it, how they've become resilient. It to me, it's just as important.
Agree. It is. Yeah. It's I've seen a sneak peek of some of these write-ups that they've done, and it's real nice. I have a couple of my guys working on some from our tour, especially for Craig Christensen, who we lost to cancer It's been a while now, but every year when we have his favorite course as a single day event, we name it after him. Christensen Memorial Tournament. So, it's one of those things where like you say all the time, everyone's touched by it one way or another, and all we can do is do our part to try to help find a cure.
That's it. And support those people that are going through it. That's the other piece. And I'd mentioned Jennifer was in the hospital for about a week. I don't know. I don't know what was shared, because again, I was away most of the time. But if we have a better idea and better understanding of what people are going through, maybe that will also help in getting them interested in bidding on these packages as well. Because we got to figure it out. Just put it that way. So, all right, let's talk about golf a little bit.
Yes.
Tell me about the hole-in-one you had. Not you, but your player.
Well, I had one, but no.
But everybody already knows that. I mean, that's old news, man.
And I'm pretty sure we'll try and get him on probably next episode. But he's a high schooler, 17 years old. It was par 3, obviously, like 130 yards, and he hits a pitching wedge.
Not a 3-iron.
And no, he hit a pitching wedge, and from the rumor has it, and I put it in the newsletter, it hit right side of the hole. Took like a weird bounce left because it was fading. Took a weird bounce left and then rolled in. First one ever, and his mom actually came down to the tournament because it was up north, right near Santa Fe area. So his mom traveled with him. And she actually walked the course both days. Well, second day she ran the course, like jogged it. She's a trooper. I tried to get her a cart. She's like, no, I'm fine, whatever. And she was behind the hole and saw the whole thing happen.
That's awesome.
So,
17 years old. Good for him.
And that's our second one this season on tour at events.
That's really?
Yeah, because we had Ty Taylor at the beginning of the year.
Wow.
And we had him on. You gave me a hard time for not getting him on right away.
That's right. I remember that. I think maybe what we do is next year we start a contest, the tour with the most hole-in-ones. Gets a prize.
I think we start that this year.
When's it this year?
Did you know who who got a hole-in-one? I meant to tell you when I was looking it up. Oh man, I'm having a brain fart. I played with him last year at TPC Scottsdale. Your friend.
Jamil?
Oh my God. Yes.
Jamil got one?
Yes. In April. It's on their website. Look it up. When we were talking to the director last episode, I was going through his website and he has it right on there.
Wow. Good for him. I told you last time, that's the downside of not being tour director. You don't see the guys very, yeah. But good for you. I'm looking at that right now. Hole number, Woodside Country Club, Jones Course, hole number 8. How about that? Good for him.
Yeah, and speaking of hole-in-ones, today in the mail, I got a weird package in. Didn't know who it was from, and our Sun Country Amateur Tour sent me a.
Good for you.
And I didn't even ask them for it. They just sent it to me.
That's awesome.
Where I post my gin, they see it and say, I don't know. Pretty cool.
Oh, hold on a second. You want to come in and say hi? Come in and say hi. I mean, you're not going to come.
What happened?
Hey there.
Hello. I don't think she can hear me because you have your earbuds in.
Yeah.
I can't hear him.
Yeah. That's what she just said. All right. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Get out of here. You're ruining the whole recording.
Love you.
Love you, sweetie. All right. Yeah.
We're a family-friendly show.
Exactly. Man. But that's awesome.
It was cool. It's been a good season, man. I took 3rd place at that event. Lost to a kid who's 14 years old. But he got moved up, so he's out of my hair now.
Feel good about yourself?
I do. I feel great.
That's awesome.
I feel great because we had 3 holes to go, and I just got in the trap and then got into the rut. It was I tripled. So before I entered the scores, I looked at the leaderboard, and I was 2 strokes back. So I showed him the leaderboard, and I go, "Hey, I'm 2 strokes back, but that was just because of this triple." So he thought I had the lead before I got the triple. And he's like, "Oh man, you came back," because he had like a 6-7 stroke lead to start off, and started off with a birdie. I go, "I almost had you, didn't I?" He goes, "Yeah." I was like, "But I haven't entered the triple yet, so you're good."
So you see, it's crazy.
And calmed him down. He's good, man. I can't wait to get him out to the Ryder Cup. I think, just because we had Gabe and Jordan, I think I'm bringing a good squad up to Arizona to break the trend of swapping belts. Because the guy who had a hole-in-one, he's already clinched a spot on the Ryder Cup. This other kid's gonna clinch a spot to the Ryder Cup. And we still have the group chat from last year, and we're all excited to go back. So,
well, that's a real key is getting people to commit to going.
mm-hmm.
And
it's the first time since we've done this that I'm getting people committed to go to the out of town one.
That's
to
key.
the away.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Awesome.
The next episode, we'll talk about the winner of your tournament.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget to get your picks in this time.
I wish we could do one on the podcast, but
well, we could probably do it next year when we actually plan for it, as opposed to
talk about it.
Talking about it
the week
and then and don't have time to actually put it into play.
Right.
So.
But there'll be pools out. Get ready. Check your email.
Okay. I'll make my donation. I will.
Appreciate you. And I need the winnings for my trip to Big Cedar.
Oh yeah, when are you leaving for that?
The Friday. It's a Monday, Tuesday tournament, so that Friday, hopefully get some rounds at Paynes Valley and the Cliffhangers. But they don't let me book that till 14 days in advance, so I'm hoping this weekend I find something.
So why are they doing that on Monday and Tuesday?
Cheaper.
Cheaper? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost half price.
Wow.
Yeah. So that week's going to be eventful. Because I have that. Fly back. Rest a day, and then drive to Tubac.
Yeah, you got to drive because you're taking the whole family, right?
Whole family, the dog, the kitchen sink.
You just tell Diane, just make sure everything's packed when you get home?
You would think it'd be that easy, but it really isn't.
You've done this before.
I have, correct. Correct.
I understand. I've been there. I get it. I get it.
All right, bud.
All right, man. Best to everybody, and we'll talk soon.
Yes, sir. Be safe.
Good
luck.
Take care. Thanks.